Big laughs, real talk, all the feels. You're watching Hello Life, and I'm Nicosia. Starting something new, it's exciting, but staying the course, well, that's where most people get stuck. So, we're talking today about following your dreams, staying the course, and pushing forward even when times get hard. Today, my guest is Kristen Fraser. She is a fashion designer out of the British Virgin Islands, and we're talking about her journey as a fashion designer. She's been in the business for 15 years, so she knows all about challenging times, staying focused, and keep pushing on even when you're questioning the why. So, Kristen, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for having
It's
me.
so good to see you again.
Likewise. So tell us a bit more about your brand, Truffle, and how you got started.
Woo.
Yes, so Truffle was started initially just from an idea, and not just an idea, but an idea that was birthed from fashion school. I went to fashion school basically in New York and in Florida. And when I came back out of the US, I came home to the Virgin Islands and I was like, this is something that I think I can do, not just because I went to fashion school, but because it was literally ingrained in me. And I think it just came organically. My grandmother sewed, my mom sewed, and I sewed. So it was just kind of like meant to be, if you will. And so I decided to form the company. And of course, naturally specializing in swimwear, resort wear. Island girl. We're island girls. So it was just the right thing to do. I think coming up with a name was probably one of the hardest things that I had to do, but I came full circle and named the company Tremble, which is French for clover or clover leaf, which is also the name of my grandmother. So her name was Ruth Clover Penn Anthony. And so my mom's name is Ruth Fraser. So everything kind of just tied in together that way. And so specializing in swimming and resort was the best thing that I could have done. I just kind of charted my way over the years, and now here I am, 17 years later. Actually,
I said 15, then you died.
it's about 20 more years, but here I am now, still sticking with it, staying with the course, just still falling in love over and over again with fashion, with the brand, with the evolution of the brand, and all the things that I've done. So as we keep talking, things are gonna come out. But it's happy to still have the brand representing.
I'm glad you're feeling that way and staying the course and feeling the brand and remembering why you started is so important. But tell us, how did it feel when you first started? All that excitement.
It was exciting. I actually had two part-time jobs at the same time because I just moved back home at my bachelor's, but I still wanted time to be able to strategize properly, formulate a business plan, and really kind of solidify exactly what I wanted to do, the target markets that I wanted to be a part of and attract the customer base, the whole nine. And it was a good thing because that really set the tone and set the foundation for me to be where I am today. Um, and that had highs, lows, a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of burning the midnight oil. But like I said, if you were to ask me, could you imagine yourself being now where you are back then? I wouldn't have even imagined that. So I think that having that strong business plan as a focus and a solid foundation really kind of charted me here.
You said the sleepless nights, when did the challenges start, the challenging times start? Was it like, almost immediately, or was there, you had to get over that excitement of the newness of it all? When did that start to happen? You start to kind of question the why, if you had those moments of
For sure. It started within a year of launching the brand, definitely within a year, from a manufacturing standpoint, from a design and launching standpoint, from a photography standpoint, from finding the models, from building up a website, all the things that would take for me to not only have a brand, but to kind of start putting myself out there. The British Virgin Islands is such a small space. We have less than 40,000 people total. And I really wanted the brand to be more recognized as an international, regional, and international brand. So I knew I had to put in some more. So the challenges started very, very early.
Yeah.
And so, but that's a good thing because challenges are supposed to happen. It's how you navigate the challenges, how you respond to the challenges, how you kind of pick yourself up and keep going from there. So it happened early.
So during those challenging times, what were some of the things that helped to keep you motivated?
You know, it's the things that I'm going to say, the answers I'm going to say are the answers that have kind of kept me into this 17th plus year now. And it might sound so simple to say, but family.
Yes.
Family and having a strong support system that would be inclusive of family
Right.
and friends. There are, over the years, there have been people and different opportunities and so on that may have just been short lived, but there would always be a core set of people. There always was just a core set of people that were always around, always there to encourage, always there to support, always there to help, and just ready to like jump in. What do you need? Where are we going? What are we doing?
Yeah.
Who are we coming to? How can we achieve your goals that you're trying to achieve because we believe in you? So family and a good support system, and that's kind of just propelled me. No matter where I was, whether I was in India, whether I was in Singapore, when I was in Cayman Islands, when I was in New York, it didn't matter. One phone call, and I'm on the way. If there were any setbacks or any difficulty.
I think that's one of the key things that people tend to point to, that they need that support system, whether it be family or friends or just, people who believe in them, or just sometimes people come into your life for a season and a reason, and it might just be to help you at that particular time in your life. And so it's so important to have, that foundation where people believe in you and help you to continue to drive yourself, and they push you to, right?
Yeah, and even when you don't believe in yourself, because I've had those moments several times. I think I've said this once or twice. I wanted to give up at least 3 times. But after the third time, I stopped that. I completely put that out of my psyche. Even when things were at their lowest, completely cut out of my psyche. And it came from being encouraged, it came from being faith-based. And it came from just having things happen organically when I least expected it, right? So I took that thought of giving up out of my mind, and I was like, no, I can really do this. And everything just started unfolding naturally and gracefully.
At that moment, were there things that you would say to yourself, to help you get stuck in? Were there times that you realized that, no, I am here for the long haul and this is it? There's no turning back.
Yeah, many times, many times. I think because I'm self-encouraging, and then talking to people that understand, talking to different people that are within my field as well, and actually not having a mentor for quite a long time, because I was a mentor, but I didn't really have a mentor. That helped, but one of the things that really has been foundational for me on top of everything else really has been my faith, and I would really say some serious prayer. And when I put down a good prayer, things just happen.
Yeah.
I cannot, I can't make it up. I really can't make it up. And it's just a testimony for me, because I really, as I continue to think and talk now in this moment, I really don't think that I would have been to where I am now with everything that's happened for the brand over the course of the years, if I didn't have, the faith in God to help me push through and everything. And doors have just opened up. People have just sent an email. I would just get a random email. I would get a phone call. I would get an opportunity for collab. I would get a magazine feature. I would get a celebrity endorsement, just on the whim, to motivate, to encourage, to strengthen me. I think that made to build my story, and that's been the best feeling.
And the good thing is you had your story set out from the beginning. Yes. I mean, with the name Clover, with your grandmother, your mother as well, sharing part of that story, the naming of your brand. And so that's very key when you know where you want to get to. It's so important, right? Because then it helps you to stay on track.
Yeah.
So family, faith, anything else? Support system. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what would you say? Consistency. Yeah. Very good.
Very important. Yeah. Very important.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that. So in your opinion, why do you think so many people are easy to give up on their dreams?
Because when you formulate, and I said in the beginning that I did structure and have a business plan. Now, fast forward later, I don't know what a business plan is because I have pivoted so much. Hurricanes have happened, just life happened. for me, I started thinking of things from the bigger picture perspective. So when I started the brand, I went all the way out as far as I could, bigger picture wise, to where, where I saw myself, what department store I saw the brand in, what stores I saw the brand in, what celebrities, everything that I could think of. I tried to have that bigger picture. And then I worked my way back. But to even get there, you're going to have challenges, you're going to have setbacks, you're going to have missed opportunities, you're going to get the no's, you're going to get the whys, and you're going to get the questions, and you're going to get the naysayers, the doubters, and the people that will try to discourage you, and the people that will try to actually take advantage or, for lack of a better word, set you up.
Yeah.
Right? It's just going to happen. And if you keep those things in your mind, and when those things actually happen, then you really better navigate. But if you have a plan and you're like, well, the plan isn't going, it's not going as I thought, or how I thought it would be, so I'm just going to give up. You didn't really have like a bigger scope in mind. And then of course, if you don't have that support system, that is something. If you don't have that self encouragement, that self belief, you have to believe in yourself.
Right.
You have to, or else it really won't work, or it might just take a lot longer for you to see progress. So I just removed myself. I took myself out of the way.
Right.
And I was like, let's do it. Whatever's to be will be, whatever will come, I'm going to face it head on and I'm going to push through.
I think it's so key what you just said about being able to shift and pivot a bit. So you had your plan, but you did find that there were times when things didn't go according to the plan.
Absolutely.
And you had to kind of, just like rejig a bit. So you had planned for a square, but it turned out to be a triangle, or it had curves. And so you had to kind of just reshape things a bit, but it didn't mean that the bigger picture changed,
Correct.
The goal remained the same.
The goal remained the same. I started in swimwear, then I did the resort wear, then I introduced the kids line of swim and resort, then I introduced the men's line, then I introduced the home line, then I introduced the accessories. And it's interesting because I never thought that I would have cell phone case in the industry, let alone to partner with the biggest cell phone accessory company in the US, Box, right? So the first grooming designer to partner with Box to have my prints on their phone cases, I never could have imagined that having that collaboration would really propel my business to yet another level. Phone cases, right? But I'm a swimwear designer.
And let's not talk about the phone cases, because I know you're being a bit modest. I know you're being a bit modest. I know about the affiliation or things that you've done with Beyonce, involved with Beyonce.
Yeah, it's so interesting. It's a bit, so that happened.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool in itself as well. But to jump to that happened in 2014. Yes,
Right.
Very, very true. And that opportunity that was via phone call and an email.
Wow. Yeah.
How crazy cool is that? And those are the type of pivotal moments that are super important. And so that's don't believe me, and I'm like, just Google it. But even that came with so much challenges. You never believe. And so again, just having to pivot and understanding my why,
Yes.
and being consistent with the plan, and keeping the core of having the Caribbean brand as the center, having British Red Melons as a parallel to everything that I'm doing as well. The brand is beautiful, the PPI is beautiful. Why not sell, it all together, but make it worldwide, right? It's always been the key, and storytelling has been the benchmark of success for me personally, and so it's all good. So Beyonce,
Harper's Bazaar,
multiple magazines, stores. I've never said this on any interview platform, but I got into my first department store, but you'd never guess where. Malaysia.
Okay, so this is the thing. I feel like I'm always keeping up with you. I'm on your LinkedIn. I go on your website from time to time. I'm like, let's see what new things she's released, and I can grab. And of course, I'm following you on Instagram.
Yes.
Facebook, not so much.
Right. Yes. Yes.
But I didn't know that.
I never posted it.
Oh.
Never said it until then. There's some things that I think that I would like to hold near and dear, because it makes a bigger impact for platforms like these, or if I did like a live speaking to like a school or to just a presentation, it just makes a better impact. And I know as a business you should always be posting things and so on, but there are some things that I really do reserve, and I think it's that much more impactful. So yeah, I got into my first story.
We should have some wine or something. Let's cheers to that.
Love that. Mm. Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's ongoing with them as I go into doing new collection and officially launch in London, which I'm going to always talk about. They look forward to what the second collection looks like. So of all the places,
I know, Malaysia.
you know, Malaysia.
I mean, it is.
And I've never even been to Malaysia.
See, opens doors.
See,
But yeah,
I've never been to Malaysia.
it's kind of like the tropics of Asia, right?
In Southeast Asia, and that was a beautiful experience. And not only did that happen, but that came with some mentorship as well, and future opportunity, like I said. So we're still talking again, and I look forward to what that could look like. So yeah, beautiful thing.
Do you think that getting into the fashion industry, that there were any misconceptions that was revealed to you? Something that you thought was or wasn't, but then it turned out to be the opposite?
No, it's pretty much what it is.
Okay, so you had an inclination
I
for getting
sure
ahead
did.
of what it took.
I sure did. I sure did. I think the only thing that I underestimated, which I'm not sure why I didn't, think that, but the only thing that I would say is that the people in the fashion industry in general, because there's so many layers to it, there's so many different careers and avenues you can go. Yes, you don't have to be a fashion designer, you could be a textile designer, you could be working in CAD, you can be a pattern maker, assembly maker, a stylist, a buyer, and system buyers.
Prints,
Yeah, just doing prints as a textile designer. There's so many different areas that you can go into. And so the being an actual fashion designer and having your own company versus working for a bigger company, it's really that hard. It really is hard. You have, and even if you just think about it from a collegiate perspective, every single year there are designers graduating, so you have many more people coming out, more and more. I personally am a mentor. I have 9 mentees, and they all want to be fashion designers. You know what I mean? So it's like a constant, and you have to stay up to date. You have to stay aware. But the thing that I didn't really fully realize is that people can really be mean. And it can really be vindictive, and it can really be a cutthroat type industry. It's a trillion dollar industry, right? But one of the things that I will say on this platform is that you have to remain true to yourself and stay humble and be consistent, because you can easily get sucked up in and just have a nonchalant, don't care attitude. It can happen. But I think with my upbringing and with just my personality and character, it's never ever swayed me. I've gotten all the negative, I've gotten positive just in the same, but it's never swayed, and that's very, very important in the industry. And once people can see your character, it's going to continue to open doors for you. So I'm definitely proud of myself for not changing because of how the industry is, and not conforming to the norms and the standards, and not changing my values, who I am as a designer, just for a or for a big opportunity to work or collab with someone. Everything that is to be will be.
That's so true.
And that's just
I firmly believe in that. I don't believe in blocking people or gatekeeping, etc. Because I'm just like, do you know what? Even if you and I have the same information, same knowledge, it does not mean that we're going to do the same things the same way.
Correct.
And so one of us is going to be different to the other, and whatever doors God has that's going to be open for me will be for me. If it's for me, it will be mine. If it's for you, then great.
Absolutely. And we're all creatives.
Exactly. And there's so much room, right? There's so much room. There's one big pie that we all, don't see, but there's a big pie.
Yes.
And there's so many pieces of that pie that can go a long way to everybody.
And that's why I travel quite a bit to introduce to branch different parts of the world.
Yes.
The pie is big.
So in terms of staying true to your why or being consistent, do you have a routine or anything like that? I mean, other than prayer, do you have a routine that really helps you to remember your why?
I think I use my everyday situations that happen to me within the company, from the day-to-day operations to whether it's an email, a phone call, or a message on social media that people have inquiring about the product. I just use my real-time everyday situations to remain consistent and to remain positive. I think that's the only way. If I need anything else outside of that, then I have a beautiful team. I have my corporate that I just phone up, and now I have mentors as well. So that's how I do it. Very simple. That's how I do it.
Yes. So your why always pulls you back. Even when you have those moments where you're thinking, I don't know if I want to do this again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I removed that completely from my head, and I shifted it inward. How can I do this better? What can I do to remain consistent? And where AI didn't exist and ChatGPT didn't exist when I started, and but then I turned to my nephew because he knows all about it. And so can you explain this to me? How do you think I could do this better? And so on and so on. So it's just kind of I'm going with it and learning what I can, and what I can't control, or what I don't have control over, then I just kind of just leave that to God and just do what I can do.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's it. Yeah.
So what would you say to someone who is feeling, oh my goodness, I decided to pursue my dreams, but I don't know, it's so hard. There's so many obstacles, so many challenges. I have no support, or even if they have support, they're just still questioning because we know it's trying, being creative and you're following your dreams generally.
Yeah, you're always going to be questioning. It's just a matter of when you question yourself, can you deal with the reality of what the answer is, whether you already know the answer, or whether you ask someone and you ask them for the real harsh truth. Can you handle that answer? And then what you decide after that, and what's your actual next step after that? That's more personal. But for me, I know that I came to a point in my life in the British Virgin Islands and doing so many different things. Like I said, the collaborations and partnerships, collection after collection, selling wholesale, selling retail on the website, and shifting and pivoting and learning, growing, meeting new people and networking, to saying, this is it. I'm going to go ahead and make a big pivot, and I'm going to move.
Oh, wow.
And so I moved to London. And so I live now between London and the British Virgin Islands, because I said, 40,000 people compared to London, which is millions and millions of people. I'm going to shoot my shot.
Yes.
And I'm going to step out of faith, and I'm going to introduce the brand to London, shifting the business model a little bit from not only having so many resort wear, but more focusing on natural fabrics, beading, embroideries, high-end organic type fabrics, and doing sweaters and all these different things that would be more for European. And coupling that with my story, my why, doing other engagements, and just making things happen. So come 2026 early, Treffle will officially launch in London as a London's brand, and we're going to see how this goes. And that's what I decided to do.
That's incredible. Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to that because I love a good sweater, even though we're in the Caribbean. Plus, we travel, right?
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to that, but I'm so proud of you. I remember when you first came to Cayman, it was for a fashion show many years ago. I'll not say how long. But I think you were still new to the game, but I looked up to you so much because although, of course, we know that there are designers coming out of the Caribbean, but to see a young woman at that time, and I'm thinking, wow, this is great. She's doing this? Wow, can she? It's just someone taking their dream into their own hands and getting things done, and just to see how far you've come. So I'm always keeping tabs, always watching. But other than London, anything else that's new or next for Truffle?
Well, that's been the focus, because to shift to that type of market has been, it takes a lot of time, a lot of research, and a lot of dedication and consistency.
Yeah.
So I have been focusing a lot on that, but outside of that, moving there as well, it has its challenges as well. But outside of that, I actually do have other clients that I work with that I consult for.
Okay.
So I do design for other brands as well. Nice. I give consulting advice and so on. So that's kind of cool as well. And so I wear multiple hats, and it's just what I must do, but it's also stay within the field that I love, which is fashion design and marketing. Right. And I've been able to pivot that way and make it work for me. Now, what I have wanted success earlier on for the brand, because being a fashion designer and having your own company really does come with its struggles. Coming from the Caribbean, and a lot of U.S. designers, a lot of my friends also have the same type of struggle, even though they're in a bigger place. So struggle is struggle. Same struggle. It's real. Struggle in the U.S. But the reality is, sticking with it really has to be a personal choice, and that would come with sacrifices. Yes. And so if you're okay with all of that, then you forge ahead and you do what you must, and I'm okay with it. Yes. And I love what I do every single day, and even on the bad days, I actually love what I do because I always remember the why. And that's most important. So that's been the focus, just getting the brand in London and seeing how everybody reacts to it. And getting it launched.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Kristen. This has been really enlightening. Thank you for sharing so much with us. But before we go, one last thing. Do you have a hello moment that you think you could share, a moment that have inspired you or would inspire others, and word of wisdom or encouragement to our listeners?
Wow. So there's quite a few. I'm trying to narrow it down to my head. Time is your most important factor. It is your currency, so do not waste it. And I'll end with why not? Just why not? Go for it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Kristen.
Thank
And I
you.
wish you
Sure.
all the
Love you
best.
too.
All the
Yes.
best in London, all the best with branching out there, all the best with everything that you're doing. And I will keep following.
It will keep responding.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
This has been Hello Live, where we have been talking today about pursuing your dreams, staying the course, even when things get challenging, tough, and you have to remind yourself of the whys. And I hope that our guest, Kristen Fraser of Truffle, now you can follow her on truffledesigns.com. I hope that she has helped you to encourage you today that you will also be able to stay the course. She's been in the business 17 years. And you can hear that it's not always smooth sailing, but one thing that has helped her is remembering her why. Also having family support and prayer and consistency. So thank you for saying hello to life. I'm Nicosia.